Hey guys, Wayne back with you again. It's been a week since the Pegasus. I'm really chuffed on how she turned out. Now it's next model time. This will be the last model of the 4 that I bought with my PPI. When this was announced and released, I knew I had to get it, so here it is. As you can see, it is the original series Battlestar Galactica herself. Nice box art with lawn green on the front there, and Dirk Benedict and what's his name who plays Apollo. And then you got the last Battlestar. It's got a few pictures of it there. It says you can do the Viper, which you know I've already done, the Raider, which I might get at one stage. Well, like I said, it's a nice box, real nice box, as you can see. Then going to the sprues. Real nice detail, not bad at all. There's a stand, you got the tops and the bottoms to the side pods. You've got the top and the bottom to the headpiece, and you can see, just much like the Viper and the Pegasus, the detail they've actually gone to. Oh, you can't see it through there because of the writing on the bag. Now, I never made the Rebel Galactica, so I can't compare it, to be honest. I mean, so there's the rear plate for the engines, top and bottom. And then you've got the various side panels and everything else that's got to be glued in. You've got the another back panel there. Like I said, all the panels there. Let's move that out of the way for a minute. And then you've got more extras, more bits of side panelling, some guns there. There's the mounting thing for the stand, mounting pole. And you've got the clear part for the engines, not too bad. I think I might do what I did with the Viper and the Pegasus, paint it in the blue to simulate the engine, so not bad for the clear piece. Then you get a print from Ralph McQuarrie, like the Viper. To be honest, I might actually frame these, because I've got some spare frames that I bought from the range. So I might actually frame the one with the Viper as well. And you've got the instructions. Looks fairly straightforward. You start with the head, much like the Pegasus, gluing all the inserts in. Then you've got the backbone. You've got the engine block. And you've got the side pods. And then you basically got the final construction. You got paint and the decal guide, fairly detailed. Now it says here, one thing I'm a bit concerned about. It says here, it says that it was not weathered, and it was painted at off-white and a light neutral grey. But I'm having trouble finding the paint. So it says here, spray the entire model with a base of grey primer. After the primer is dry, load your airbrush, which I haven't got an airbrush, so I'll be using my normal spray paint with white primer, and lightly dust the whole model. So it looks like you've got to paint it with the white, and then it'll like mix itself in with the grey primer. So I'm hoping that'll work, because I could not find a really light white grey anywhere. And then you got the decals. Now that's the decal sheet, but it's telling you about decal number 10. Basically, you put it on the underside of the hanger bay, and then you cut it off over the raised part. So we'll see what happens with that. Might have to get the microsol out, because I bought some microsol, and I'll see how it goes down. And you got the decals for all the various sides of the parts. You got ones for the side pods. You got the ones for the top and around the nose and the head. And then you've got the various Battlestars that you can build it to, but I'll be building it to Galactica, so there it is. Just a little out-of-box review. Like I said, as soon as they knew this is coming out, I had to get it. Simple as. So again, I'm going to say I am looking forward to building this model, so stay with me. Right, as you can see, constructing has started on the Galactica, and as you can see, the headpiece is all done. I'm
I've just glued that bit in there, that like triangular shape, and then this brace across the bottom here. I'm just waiting for those to dry. But as you can see, quick work has been made. Basically on the top piece you got the inserts, much like on the Pegasus, so you build those. I think there's 4 parts to each insert. You glue the insert together, you glue that in. Then you put the 2 side pieces in, 2 long side pieces in both sides. Then you glue the bottom to it, as you can see. Then you got like a plate that sits in there. It's a very tight fit, and then you got these 2 side plates, one there and one there. So you glue that in, and then you got the bridge assembly, which is just that square piece with the rounded side, and then you got the front nose piece there as well. I basically used electrical tape to keep the nose down, wrapped it round. To keep the sides in, wrapped it round. To keep those side panels in, and wrap that round. Like I said, I've only just took the tape off and it's glued. Now, there is one thing I want to heads up. You got that side panel there, and you got that side panel there. Now if you look on the plans, you got part 49, which is that, and then you got part 50, which is that. Now on the plans they've screwed up. That's part 49 and that's part 50, because 49 has actually got there's 2 holes underneath there. 49 is slightly narrower, and then number 50 is slightly wider. So because I tried to put 49 on there, it wouldn't have it, so it's on that side. So just a little heads up, but very quick progress indeed. Stay with me, guys. Right, welcome back. Construction continues on the Galactica. As you can see, the hull's done now. All the arms are in place. All the coverings are in there as well. The arm coverings on each one. Basically, you'll have an arm covering there, an arm covering there, an arm covering there, and an arm covering there, like a plate. And you got the plate that goes in that side, and you got the plate that goes in that side, with all the detailing on. Now the reason there's red there is because before I put that plate in, there's a little rod, there's a little piece of plastic that goes across there like a rod. It snapped on me, and as I put the glue on, the glue has ran the clamp. So that's nothing too major, I can just sand that off. Well, like I said, I'm just about to put the clamps on now to hold the bottom into place. Now, with these side panels here, it's quite difficult getting them into place, but then I realised there's a little gap underneath there. You push it into the gap, then push it in that way. I just tried to push it in that way, and up to God it would clamp, and eventually it slipped into place. And on those as well. So like I said, there's a little hole, push it in, and then push it that way. But that is where I'm sitting at the moment. Stay with me, guys. Hiya. Work continues on the Galactica. Back with it. Right. There's your keel. As you can see from the plans there, you got 2 pieces of a rectangular piece there. You've got to glue those together. Now those took a lot of clamping with my trigger clamps. Well, they did for me anyway. I don't know what it'd be like for yourselves. You got these 2 side pieces here, which is there and there. Now you don't glue those together as of yet. So what you do is you wait for that to dry, and then what you do is you glue the cross piece into the unglued parts. So you run your glue all the way around there. Then as you come to put that on, then you start running your glue around the mounting pegs and around the back, and then you run your glue around the edges for that X shape. And that's the keel, which is that. Now you've also got this back plate here to go with the completed keel. Just grab it, and as you can see it's all glued now. Put the clamps on it, ready to go in once that's dry. Now I'm on the engines. As you can see, I've put the two halves together. You've got a piece on the upper part of the engines, and you've got a piece on the lower part of the engines, like two side pieces, so you've got to glue them on. And on the other side too. And then, last but not least for this update, is the engine back plate. Now that would slot into there. Well, pedals are doing that one end here, but I'm not going to try it. You just slot that into there. And then you've got this lovely back panel on the back there, that clear section. Now, when I was looking at that, when I looked at that, I thought, well, how's that going to connect to that? Because there was two mounting holes. Then I realised I had to put these supports in, glued in very, very easy, and then the supports have two little notches coming out, and they're mounting to the clear plate. But that is where I'm sitting at the moment, guys. Stay with me.